The news is here. Don't let Huey Lewis know. Thank you. Leo,
Yeah.
you're up.
Oh, I'm up.
Yeah, man, you get the first one. I think something sinister comes this way.
This is gonna be a crazy one. So,
Absolutely.
Spider-Man is gonna be versus the Sinister 16. And this may be the biggest brawl for that Spidey's faced. So it's going to be coming this July. J. Michael Straczynski is closing out his series of unlikely character pairings with what may be the biggest Marvel showdown yet. It's going to be Spider-Man versus the Sinister 16. So this is going to be a one shot. It's going to be arriving in July, and Straczynski with Phil Noto. He's going to be joining for our chaotic finale. So his standalone Marvel series previously included team ups with Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon, Nick Fury and Fing Fang Foom. There was another one that actually, no, I don't have it here. Sorry. So the grand finale puts Peter Parker at an impossible situation when his date night with Mary Jane turns into a disaster. So Spider-Man finds himself in a restaurant with Thor, Doctor Strange, Magneto, Loki, Dr. Octopus, and a bunch more heroes and villains. And it's going to be a recipe for total mayhem. So Straczynski, known for his acclaimed Amazing Spider-Man run and creator of TV's Babylon 5, he explained that the story's a unique premise. And he said, what if the owner of a popular restaurant has run it into the ground and needs the place to be destroyed for the insurance money? And he invites a ton of heroes and villains to dine all at the same time. And it's going to be hoping for an absolute disaster. So this was his probably the most fun book for him to write, and one of the funniest, he added. Appreciative of Marvel giving him this chance just to write whatever the heck he wanted. And this one shot features cover art by popular husband and wife team Terry and Rachel Dodson. Spider-Man versus the Sinister 16. It's going to be available for pre-order soon, but definitely look for it at your LCS shelves on July 30th. And we have here's what some of the inside art looks like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That is
That's
Well,
a really clever concept. Like
absolutely.
living, I can't imagine you can even get insurance for building or property damage if you're like in Gotham at this point. But
Oh yeah. Like,
but yeah,
especially
being like,
something with Marvel's New York. I mean, you have to know there's a chance your shit's gonna get leveled at some point in your existence, right? They have to.
insurance fraud via superhero and supervillain. That's awesome.
But totally. I mean, listen, JMS has been killing it with the collaborations. I mean, you had Rocket and Doctor Doom, Nick Fury, Fing Fang Foom, Volstagg and Captain America, and then things like this. It's just killing it. So let's go. Let's do the thing.
yeah,
Do the thing.
fun stuff.
Do the thing. All right. So let's see who's next.
I'm next. I'm next. You're in the
Carrie, it's you.
middle. Yeah. So, starting on May 14th with issue 23 of The Immortal Thor, Al Ewing has decided to show us that even an immortal can die. The final three issues find Thor pitted against the gods of Utgard utterly alone. His decision may lead to his death. His decisions may lead to his death, but they ultimately do reflect upon his strength of character. He chooses to go to his own fate by fighting for justice. And this cover and the next one coming up, which that's freaking gorgeous, are for issue 25. And those are going to be available on July 2nd, final book in the series. The first one here is by Alex Ross. And the connecting cover, the next one over, is by Martin Coccolo. And actually, the art on that last series is going to be done by Justin Greenwood, and it's going to be his first entry into the world of Marvel Comics. So,
Congratulations.
a lot of stuff all coming together here. And it's a death of a god that's in the Immortal series, and this has got a definite difference from like what we got from Immortal Hulk, Immortal Horror. Don't combine those two words together. It doesn't work well. Immortal Thor uh, is a totally different idea, and I like how they had the rocks and crossover and all that kind of stuff going on. But um, this has become a very, very, very different sort of comic, and I'm interested to see how he does end up going into battle at the end here, because it's been a very strange ride for me
Hmm.
anyway. As an Al Ewing fan, I've been like, what's going on now? Okay. So instead of just like they found ways to incorporate technology and like people's belief in comic books on Earth that go against like the powers kind of like Loki as a storyteller's powers. They like are like, well, we'll just use like comic books as a medium on Earth to perform bardic things. And so it's just been all over the place, but it looks like it's going to end pretty strong. So yeah, check this out. Like I said, the 23rd issue 23 is going to be on May 14th. And then this last one you're going to get on July 2nd. And the other one will be in between. I'm
Wow.
assuming sometime in June.
So
So it looks like it's going to be fun.
the connecting covers, I'm assuming that's going to be 3 releases, or is it going to be a fold out cover?
It didn't actually say. So I am not sure. I'm assuming it's going to be 3 different releases based on I mean, you can see the pretty obvious lines there.
Yeah.
As to where it at least towards the top as to where it's going to cut down at, but I'm not sure. It didn't say when I was looking it up. So,
Well,
but either way, it's just
Yeah.
beautiful.
yeah, that Alex Ross cover too. That's like holy shit.
I mean,
Oh,
come on.
yeah,
I mean, Leo, it's
it's
an
Alex
Alex.
Ross.
Yeah.
At this point, we're just like, yeah, Jim Lee,
Like,
Alex Ross.
yeah. Again, I stick to what my joke has always been. These both Jim Lee and Alex Ross could draw a rock, and it would be a best-selling cover. You know.
Archer, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Art
sure. Yeah.
Formulations.
That'd be a
For
sexy rock.
Vermejo.
Yeah. Or Lee Bermejo, a very haunted, sexy rock. All right. So next one up is me, and I'm going to be combining 2 stories in one because it's time for some Hellboy. So they announced that there are 2 Hellboy series or one shots that got announced. So I'm going to go one by one. So the one that we see there is Professor Harvey is Gone. So Mike Mignola and Giuseppe Manunta are teaming up for a new Hellboy one shot, Hellboy in the BPRD, Professor Harvey is Gone, which is the English language debut of Manunta and is colored by him with letters by Clem Robbins. So this story is going to hit stores August 27th. And the synopsis goes when the paranoid antiquities professor goes missing, Hellboy and the BPRD leap into action, but their search takes a dangerous turn as whoever was after the professor sets their sights on Hellboy. So this is essentially all the charm, weirdness, and such you get from a classic Hellboy adventure, but also introduces audience to Manunta's breathtaking kind of painterly artwork. And apparently Mignola is a huge fan, and he said the artist always wanted to do Hellboy stories, but he was like, I've kind of run out of these stories. But he kind of remembered this plot he'd given our guest, frequent collaborator Chris Golden, a while back. There was a story for the Weird Tales magazine. It was just an unillustrated prose, and basically kind of reworked that story and then turned it over to this guy to do his work. And honestly, just seeing this cover alone and and what they're bringing, I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, Mike always pairs up with some of the best artists, so just another way to just make Hellboy look pretty. So like I said, August 27th. Check this out.
There's
So,
one more cover for that one.
yep, yeah, look at that. That is just gorgeous. That's your standard Mike cover. So,
Yeah.
yep. And then the second book uh, continues the Hellboy in Love series. So Mike Mignola and Christopher Golden are returning to Hellboy's greatest romance with a new 2-issue comic, Hellboy in Love: The Art of Fire. So, the Mignola, Golden with artist Alex Nieto. This will be debuting on August 6th. We'll follow Hellboy, and archaeologist, and his future, at one point, girlfriend, Anastasia Bransfield, on an unforgettable journey to Iceland. So basically, they're going from pursuing goblins in the UK to facing off ghosts in Turkey and exploring archaeological sites in India. Now, their search for the seemingly impossible will take them to a dig site in Iceland where answers and dangers await. So this is going to be pretty interesting, as we're going to be seeing illumination of some key elements of the Mignola versus ancient history, digging into that. Just Nieto's work is his first time in the Mignola verse. So again, more fun, more creepiness, and more Big Red. So come on, man. August is going to be a pretty big month for Hellboy. So stay tuned, everybody. Yep. So that's everything for me on Hellboy Watch, or Hell Watch. Yep. Leo, you're up.
Leo, you're muted.
Sorry. You missed all that pure gold thing.
Yeah, no, sorry, buddy. We missed all that. You're gonna have to repeat it all again.
Yeah. Okay. So, Marvel Studios director Michael Giacchino, and I know I totally screwed that up. So he's bringing his talents to the comic book world with a new one-shot, Werewolf by Night: Blood Moon Rise, and this is going to be arriving in July. So the Academy Award-winning composer who made his directorial debut with the critically acclaimed Werewolf by Night, Marvel Studios special, which was friggin' awesome, by the way, if you haven't seen it. He'll be teaming up with artist David Messina to create a horrifying new adventure for Jack Russell in the Marvel Comics universe. So he says it could be the last story from the original run in a way. There's a fun twist to it that I think is really going to be interesting for people who are into Jack Russell and that lore. So the story pits the tortured werewolf hero against one of Marvel's most fearsome villains, Dracula himself. The one shot will highlight what has made Werewolf by Night an enduring Marvel character over 50 years. And the addition to the main story, the issue will include a backdrop tale by Jason Liu, current writer of Werewolf by Night Red Band series, and along with bonus material celebrating the character's rich history. So Messina is known for his artwork on titles like Ultimate Spider-Man, making him a perfect match for Giacchino's horror-influenced storytelling. And the issue features a cover by artist Tyler Kirkham. And Werewolf by Night: Blood Moon Rise. It's going to be available for pre-order soon, but definitely look for it on your LCS shelves July 30th.
Cool. That's pretty rad.
That's a gorgeous cover too. Like
It
it reminds me. I forget their names again. Who played Captain America? Chris
Evans.
Yeah, there was something where Chris Evans was asking Chris Hemsworth, like, how did you develop that muscle there? Like, how do you make that one show up? Because they were trying to weightlift and get equally buff, and like Hemsworth was just far beyond. And those are muscles where I'm like, how do you get that one to show up? I'm sure it's there, but most people can't actually make that one show up.
Right.
I don't know.
All right, but Carrie, I just
Yes.
want to say you're doing the last story for news tonight, and I'm a little jealous because I wanted to cover it, but you'd already covered some of this before. So
yeah,
that's
I'll give it my little rundown, and you can talk about it too when I'm done.
All right, whatever works. But go for it.
No, I was never mind. I had a
something I wanted to say.
No, it was going to be a bad joke. It was going to be never mind.
No,
it was going to be really bad.
No,
come on,
no,
come on,
just no.
Do it.
Carrie, do news. No,
do it.
Don't. No.
Come on,
Carrie,
Leo.
Carrie, Carrie,
monkey dance.
Carrie,
Come on.
do the news. Carrie, do the news. Finish the news. Get your quick photos. Leo, shut it down. Go, Carrie.
Joey.
Carrie.
You know,
I muted him. Come on, you can do it.
It's gonna be so bad. So did you hear that Michael J. Fox is gonna be working with Giacchino on his next movie? It's gonna be Teen Wolf by Prom Night.
Okay,
Get
actually,
out.
I shouldn't have muted you, Drew. I'm really sorry.
What did I say? What did I swear?
Let's go. Okay, so last year on the news, we have this. There's only one picture for it, so get ready to sit here and look at this for a little bit. Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. Yes, yes, you heard that. So on July 16th, one of our favorite kaiju, Godzilla, has been running around the Marvel Universe, kicking ass and taking names. But now the amalgamation of Toho and Marvel Universe reaches its epic conclusion in a 5-issue event written by Gary Dugan and illustrated by Javier Garron. Since Godzilla woke up on the wrong side of the bed earlier this year and has been fighting through different groupings of Marvel heroes who have had little success with putting him back to bed, it has finally come to combining forces not only with the rest of the heroes, but also with the Earth's greatest villains. What happens as the King of Monsters tears through the dark dimension and other realms? What's going on with his connection to vibranium? What do you get when a symbiote bonds with a pissed off kaiju? Who's the tougher battle? Godzilla versus a Celestial or Godzilla versus the Hulk? To find out all answers to this and more, head to your LCS and get those on your pull list.
Jeez. Wow.
Hey, Mark.
Wow.
Nice to see you.
Wow. I'm super pumped for this. Like this sounds awesome. And then Jerry Dugan is an amazing writer. So yeah, this is gonna be so cool.
Mark, you actually you missed Tom Snagowski, but I'm gonna link that over on I'll post that up on the Mignolaverse thing so you can check it out because he talked a little bit about what's going on there. So yay.
All right. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. So that's all the news. So Carrie,
Yeah.
it's time for you. Do your thing.
Oh,
Yes,
and
it
by the way,
is.
thank you, Tom Dog for supporting me. You know, it's yeah.
The hell
Teen,
with you and to hell with your support.
Teen Wolf by Prom Night.
Excelsior!